Alright, so in this one, I want to discuss here things I've heard recently about Legends 2025, and it is a 2026, but still there's no release within 2026 yet, so just waiting for that. But people have said to me, and I've heard it just a lot recently, that the power creep of this year that just passed, of 2025, was not that bad, and I think people need more of a visual here to understand that they're obscenely wrong, and it makes no sense how you could ever say that and actually mean it, because that makes no fucking logical, logistical, rationalized thought process of, yet again, sense. Just to show here where we started in 2025 is obviously Gohan Trunks, and then where we ended, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, awesome stuff there. And just to, again, go over the premise of power creep here and how it's been throughout the year, this character was one of the best units in the game on initial release, and then after a few months they became a zero. They were not even runnable after a few months there. You keep going throughout the year, and I've already stated that I think this is the 2025 worst year Dragon Ball Legends entirely, because of what they've done within power creep, within the toxic metas that were created, how toxic they were. I think it's just been obscenely terrible within all that. So keep going through. Here's Red MZ, here's IT Goku, here's Cell, here's some paper units that do some good damage, blah, blah, blah. Here's Daima. They're not really introducing power creep, but then we get to the purpose of where you see the thumbnail, and this guy introduces Damage Guard, the first ever Damage Guard unit in the entire game, and he starts off with 90% Damage Guard. Mind you now, just to, skip to the future and into the present, this character then releases within months later, not even a full year, by the way, just a couple months later, 5-6 months later, and he has to begin, yet again, we had 230%. This unit has 90%, and then we have 230% damage guard within Gohan, meaning he can also, by the way, get more. Also, if at least one ally battle member is Saiyan or Sun Fam, that's 50% more guard there. And this is, by the way, a revival unit. We went from 90 to 230% damage guard here. So we doubled and are damn near tripling our damage guard setting. I don't know how in any vein that cannot be seen as power creep. The best part about that is a lot of units still don't even tank. I'm looking at all these characters here. I don't think SG necessarily is a tank. I don't think Janemba is necessarily a tank. CMZ, ELE4, MZ still not a tank. Mind you, it's funny, I actually just used this guy. This is how power creep has gotten to the degree that it is. We started with 90 within the year, and then this character gets an equip, what is it, during part 3 or right after part 3 of the anniversary, that right before that anniversary is when we got new damage guard that gave 100% guard. This is an equip that gave the same guard that a character got. Given it was a free character, you can even look back on it more and just, okay, fine, we can acknowledge it was a free character, whatever. Let's look at Kidku. What is this guy getting at his start ability here? He has 150. Kidku also had to get an equip. Kidku also right now cannot take a hit as a demon deity god that coexists in this game. We power creeped guard within guard first releasing. We went from 90 to 150. We had to get buffs for these units because they wouldn't even tank. And now, where we are here, do you think this guy, any of these guys are runnable, usable? It's been 5 months. It's been 5 months since anniversaries, part 2, part 3, whatever. And none of these units are usable. None of these damage guards are even in line to what should be a new prospect, because you went from 150 to now 230, from 90 to 230 to 260 to 280, I think is the peak damage guard right now in the entire game. How is that not power creep? The only thing that is meta and, meta and good are different, but meta right now is just Gohan and Goku, right? That's all that matters right now in this game. The new Gohan, the new Goku. Things that are good in this game, the new Gohan, the new Goku, SG. Can I name anything else? When you have units that are a month old, 2 months old, 3 months old, that aren't even relevant anymore. Android 13 was shown to be the prospect of, oh my god, I'm gonna be the next MVP. And this guy is not even being used, and it's been just a few months from his release. Not really a point to him anymore, especially when you make a revival blue also character that does everything character, because it's a Gohan character. How has power creep not been a thing this past year? I'm lost on that. I mean, shit, look at the characters that were actually balanced in power creep. Given, again, I could show you here how stupid it is. From 90 to 180, by the way, we also are power creeping Kid Ku's damage guard because this guy's at 150, given he can get more, but he's at 150 baseline. DKP, I think, had like 130. We're also at 180 here, but this character is more balanced than not. And let me tell you something that's going to be crazy. Kefla is shit. Kefla is utter fucking shit right now. Every unit that's not a new character is utter ass. And that is, in its own merit, power creep. But when I hear, it's been fine this year, there's been nothing really that's changed anything. We started at 90. 90. How could that not be power creep? They literally could have made it, matter of fact, where we start at 90 and then, okay, here's our full reset. Everything's reset back to square one. They could have done that. And now here's free-to-play units getting the similar numbers to sunnable characters here and blah, 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 and making them more in line and actually on a more even basis. Clearly, the sunnable would be better, but the free-to-plays wouldn't be too far off. And then we go from 90 there to Kid Ku having like 160, 170. Given again, Kid Ku has a fucking equip. He got an equip this fast. This unit is barely 6 months old. He got an equip at like 6 months old. Sorry, he got one at like 5 months old actually. So he didn't get one this month. He got one last month, 5 months ago. And it gave more guard. That's how much creep we've had. A unit that was part of New Philosophy. Evo has one as well, by the way. Units that are New Philosophy have equips and are still ass with equips. That's how much creeping we've done within this game within a 5 to 4 month span. So I just hear there's been no power creep, or power creep hasn't been that bad. These units have equips that drop the same year, and they're also shit still, right now, within the same year. Is that not the definition of this game power creeping everything? I just wanted to address that real quickly because I don't know why people are spouting bullshit, essentially, because it is bullshit. It's outright bullshit. It's just a lie. It's just a factual fucking lie. But yeah, guard is terrible. I mean, it's terrible how it's been executed. It's a fine prospect, but execution, obviously, Legends, they don't really know how to execute anything properly, and they fumble every fucking thing ever, so when they fumble an XLF for Daima and then Daima's still a shit team, enjoy that. Which a lot of people want Daima to be shit. But yeah, it's been a lot of power creep 2025. I expect it every year. It happens every year. I mean, shit, you can just look back down here and let's go all the way back here to, where is it? Bombku? Bombku to what? Jesus Christ, Ultra Beast? Is that where it is? Holy shit. Am I looking at 1 year here? Whatever. Just look at where Bomb Crew released all the way until whatever the next goddamn year is. I believe it's Ultra Beast, but whatever. Bomb Crew, though, just look at him after his release. He's already getting not even destroyed fully by, let's say, Super 17. Just really can't take a lot of damage from him. Final Flash is mediocre, so it's whatever. Gohan is Gohan, so he's broken. But you go into the 6th anniversary, which is just a few months after Bomb Crew's release here, and then you see a Nightmare. This guy can't be used. He's not tanking anything. He's not really disrupting anything. He's just kind of coexisting and being air. Given he was still at least kind of bullshit runnable, but that's kind of the whole point. This year has had the worst power creep. You could still bullshit run characters from months and months ago within the 6th year anniversary. Right? UG4 drops, Ultron's existing, whatever. Here, let me try to bullshit my Super Baby 2. People were running Super Baby 2 within part 1 of 6th year anniversary, because he was doing a very good job, and he actually had his best time during 60th anniversary, given he released months before that anniversary, right? It's different, it's unique, it's like, wow, this character actually gained value and didn't lose value within time passing. It's crazy how that works. Radhan regained value within Ultron releasing. Radhan down here, Ultron up here. That's crazy, right? But he was regaining value, and it just kind of considered that, I guess, notion and following through within that entire pre-philosophy thing. And now that we have New Philosophy, the power creep has been insane. Am I gonna look at anybody that's in the Radhan slot here of You know, here's fucking Evo, and then let's see Evo a couple months later because he's during a big celebration or he's during, you know, a time frame within Radhon to Ulton. And I scroll up and am I ever going to think like, yeah, I can run Evo right now. Yeah, I can run Kaioken, Apeless, Kefla. Can I do any of this? I won't mention the GT units because they're on boost, so that's going to save them real quick, and they have Goku to carry them because he has the better guard in the game right now. But I'm not going to look at old units and be like, oh yeah, well now they're great again. Yeah, maybe they're boost merchants or some shit like that. That's about it. UV4 leaves boost. UV4 is still getting fucking plowed in the ass by Gohan, by the way, and by basically everybody. UV4 is not a tank, but hey, he's better off because he do damage. But damage guard itself has creeped, and units that even have high guard are also still not even tanking fully because units are just being so overwhelmingly busted and simplified to where they literally can't tank. So it's like they've creeped it, and they've also destroyed it because most units in these top tier spots that you're running into don't even fucking tank. It really is just Gohan and arguably Goku, which I don't even think Goku tanks that well. So I don't even know how they've done this. They've crept it, and then they've also nullified it. There's been terrible power creep. It's awful for meta. It's awful to play. And yeah, that's Legends. There's been a lot of it. I don't know why people are trying to say there's not. Tell me what you guys think of this. See you guys in the next one.